Miembros, soy Elizabeth Almeida, editora del semanario Correo Canadiense. Nuestro medio tuvo la oportunidad de participar en un recorrido exclusivo por Queen's Park, sede del Legislativo en Ontario. Ahí se debatieron temas medulares para la comunidad hispana y el futuro de la nación. La visita formó parte de un recorrido de la Escuela de Participación Cívica School4Civic. Durante la jornada también se realizó un intercambio con el Miembro del Parlamento Provincial, MPP, Adil Shamji, adscrito al Partido Liberal de Ontario, quien otorgó un reconocimiento especial a Oscar Vigil, director ejecutivo del Consejo Canadiense para la Herencia Hispana. Los participantes también intercambiaron con el MPP sobre temas medulares para la comunidad como la salud y la vivienda. Al respecto, Shamji enfatizó el interés del gobierno en seguir creando oportunidades para los recién llegados y aquellos que ya lleven varios años en el país.
We're going to eliminate all costs to developers. But some of those costs, like development charges, give us things like schools, roads, and infrastructures. And one of the consequences that we've seen from Doug Ford is when he took away all the developer charges, the city said, well, how are we going to afford these things? And they've increased the property taxes, making it harder for people to dream of owning that first home. So those are some of the things that I think about. We're even talking about, there are some people that even it will be a long time before they can afford a full home. There are many seniors who, unfortunately, they live alone at home. Their friends and families have passed away. They own their home because they bought it decades ago, and they need extra cash. So why couldn't a young person be allowed to purchase part of a home and then live in the same home as that senior? They get equity in a home, the senior gets extra money, and they can look out for each other and learn from each other. The young person can help the senior with the internet and all of that kind of thing, and can keep an eye on them in case one day they fall and don't come out of their room for a couple of days. So we need solutions like this. And then finally, for the people who are the wealthiest, there's nothing wrong with being wealthy. If you work really hard, you deserve the fruits of your labor. But we can't allow people just to invest in properties and to hold on to them and not allow those to be rented out to people that need help the most. And we have to draw a line. At a certain point, you have to say no to just runaway investing and make sure that people have access to homes and that they get first priority. So these are all of the things that I think about that helps everyone, no matter how rich or poor you are, and whether you've been in this country for generations or you just arrived, say, for example.
El parlamentario reconoció que aún queda trabajo por hacer en estos aspectos y convocó a la comunidad hispana a sumarse para poder resolver problemas que persisten en la sociedad canadiense.
We're seeing rent go completely out of control. So we need to bring in rent control. That would also help lots of, newcomers, immigrants, and refugees as well. We need to invest in our landlord and tenant board so that people can't take advantage of renters, first-time immigrants, people who don't fully understand the system. There has to be ways for them to get the protection and defense that they need if a landlord tries to take advantage of them. And right now there isn't enough money, so I want to see more investment in that. And then, just like your parents, when they come and they start at the bottom and they work their way up, there has to be hope that they can move from affordable housing or supportive housing or a rental apartment. Why can't they have the dream of owning their own home? And so we need to have solutions for first-time home buyers as well. There are a couple ways I think we should do that. First of all, we do need to increase the supply of homes in our city and in our province.
Shamji, médico de profesión, reconoció que los problemas de salud mental y las adicciones continúan siendo un punto débil para el sistema de salud canadiense y en ese sentido hay que aunar esfuerzos para encontrar soluciones factibles.
And mental health and addictions. 2.2 million of us don't have a family doctor. There's 15 million people in our province. More than 2 million of us don't have a family doctor. It also means we don't have access to mental health care. We don't have access to addiction supports, and we need to do something about that. Because of the pandemic and because of the way that it was managed poorly, we have such a huge backlog of surgeries. Over 1 million surgeries that are waiting to be done. Something needs to be done about that. And this government has proposed taking surgeries out of hospitals, which isn't a terrible idea, but they proposed giving it to for-profit corporations like Shoppers Drug Mart to take over. And we saw what happened with for-profit long-term care homes. where our elderly, our parents, our grandparents were treated so poorly and died in such large numbers in those for-profit homes. So I've been fighting against all of these things. And along the way, I've been putting forward a lot. Like, I don't like, we're not in government. My party is not in government right now. We're in opposition. And so part of my job is to say no. No, you can't privatize our healthcare system. But I don't just believe in saying no. I believe in saying, this is a bad idea, but here is how you can make it better. So when it comes to getting family doctors, we have to look at all of the family doctors and doctors from countries all around the world and from Latin America, and nurses and other healthcare workers who are ready to work, who want to work, who aren't making the best living that they could be as well. And we need to allow them to be able to work. So the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario, you were asking me, is there a program that would allow that? Well, I work very closely with the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Ontario. Together, we have said that there is a program. It's called the Practice Ready Assessment Program. It's not expensive. And what it would do is it would take foreign trained doctors, give them a very short period of supervision, just to make sure that they understand how our healthcare system works. I think that's very fair, and then lets them go.
Participar en la vida social y política canadiense es hoy una necesidad para la comunidad hispana. A pesar de no constituir una mayoría en la nación, el trabajo conjunto puede facilitarnos el acceso a una representación más amplia en todas las esferas del gobierno. Trabajar unidos como comunidad es hoy una máxima que podemos y debemos lograr. Recuerde que si quiere mantenerse actualizado con el quehacer de la comunidad hispana en Canadá, puede suscribirse a nuestro canal de YouTube y activar la campanita. Nos despedimos así hasta la próxima semana, deseándole una maravillosa jornada.